playoffs last year, and it was George Figueroa who made the game-winning stop on Irvin's Larry Sims. Sims is back and better than ever in his senior year, doing a fierce rocket running attack that is the best in the city. For the Troopers, winning in the clutch has meant a third straight district championship. And with senior quarterback Rocky Daly at the controls, the Troop will look to gun down the Rockets once again. It's the Eastwood Troopers and the Irvin Rockets next on Paragon Cable.
Paragon Cable presents the high school football game of the week. Tonight, from the Sun Bowl, it's the 2-5A district champion Eastwood Troopers taking on the 1-5A runner-up Irvin Rockets. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the El Paso Teachers Federal Credit Union and by Safeway. And now, here to call all the action are Paul Zimmerman and Rob Camp.
Good evening and welcome to the Sun Bowl. Tonight, first round action of the Texas High School Football Playoffs, the Eastwood Troopers and the Irvin Rockets. I'm Paul Zimmerman, and working with me tonight is Rob Camp. And Camper, the Eastwood Troopers are the champions of District 2-5A for the third consecutive year, and they are certainly no strangers to the playoffs.
Absolutely not, Paul. Matter of fact, Eastwood had to come back the last 2 weeks of the season to get here tonight to win the district, and they had to play the two toughest teams in District 2-5A by beating Riverside and Hanks. Now, it's deja vu for both these teams tonight, Irvin and Eastwood, because these two teams met last year, same place, same time, and it was really one heck of a game, and Eastwood just escaped with a 2-point victory over the Irvin Rockets.
And a big performer in that game last year was Eric Jack, who has rushed for over 1,000 yards this year. But Jack will not play tonight. He broke his wrist on his first carry last week against Hanks, and so the Troopers are going to be looking for big things from Ish Martinez, who replaces Jack at the tailback slot tonight.
But Paul, Ish Martinez is no slouch of an athlete. The kid can really run well. As a matter of fact, last week when he went in for Eric Jack, he came back with a career game, 155 yards and 1 touchdown. Matter of fact, Coach Tony Shaw, the Irvin Rockets coach, said he didn't see any difference when Jack was out and Martinez came in. They were still the same football team. That's how deep the Eastwood football team is.
Now, on the other side of the ball, the Irvin Rockets have been playoff regulars over the past few years, and Rob, no other team has won more games in the 1980s.
Absolutely. The Irvin Rockets are the team of the 80s of this decade. They have won so many games. The first 3 games this year, everybody wrote them off because they lost the first 3. They said, Irvin, there's no way. Then all of a sudden, they came back and they won 6 straight, and they lost their 4th game last week against the Andros Eagles. That's why they're here tonight. But they got one heck of a football team, and we're ready for a heck of a game this evening.
And a big reason for the success of the Rockets this year has been their running game. Their backfield has combined for over 2,700 yards rushing this year, a large portion of that gained by their superhero, Larry Sims.
Larry Sims, probably the top college prospect running back here in the city for 1988. He came in second, just ran over, 1,200 yards this year, came in second in rushing behind John Bellabui. He had 19 touchdowns, which made him the leading scorer of the city for 1988. He has great cutback mobility. A lot of the college college scouts are saying that this is the top prospect in the city. They remind him of a Marcus Allen, a very young Marcus Allen.
So it should be a very exciting ball game, the Irvin Rockets and the Eastwood Troopers, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff of tonight's playoff game right after this.
I'm a student, so I'm going to get a loan for my new Barbie jump. Can I open an account? Sure, I'm going to put my money in my savings.
Hi, Jason. Are you depositing your allowance?
Yeah.
Well, now that you're a member, your whole family can join the credit union and take care of all their financial needs in one place. When I was a little girl, I financed my first Barbie house here. But nowadays, I use my Gold MasterCard. Oh, hi, Mr. Brown.
Hi there. Need some help, young man?
I know just how you feel.
The El Paso Teachers Federal Credit Union is looking for people who need money because we have low rates, convenient terms, and over $15 million to loan. See us at one of our 3 convenient El Paso locations.
Good evening and welcome back to the Sun Bowl. Paul Zimmerman along with Rob Camp, and the Eastwood Troopers have won the opening coin flip of tonight's game, and they have elected to go on offense first. Standing back and inside the 5-yard line is going to be John McCarty, number 7, along with number 33, Ish Martinez, who has already run back a kickoff for a touchdown this year. He is a very dangerous return man.
Young man made his presence felt last week in the playoff game, I should say, for Eastwood to get here and defend the 2-5A district.
For the Irvin Rockets, Mike Michladas will do the kickoff chores, having a little bit of trouble keeping the ball on the tee, so he's going to get a little bit of assistance from his main man, Larry Sims.
Winds are going to be blowing tonight out of the north. Matter of fact, when you're down on the Sun Bowl, when you're down on the field, the wind gets in the bowl and it just whirls around down there, so it could be crazy this evening.
Here it is, deja vu. The by-district playoffs are underway. And this is McCartan. McCartan has an alley across the 40. He's across midfield into Rocket territory. An excellent run back by John McCartan. And the Eastwood Troopers will start their opening drive, 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of the Irvin Rockets.
Paul, this is a great block. Watch this. McCartan just picks up the ball about the 2-yard line. I should say the 4-yard line. Good block right there to open up that hole. And there's another good block, and there we go. And McCartan just races down the sideline before he is thrown out of bounds right here at the 48-yard line of the Irvin Rockets. And there is a penalty flag down as they mark it off way back.
Eastwood Troopers stepping back, perhaps an illegal block on that play, Rob. The Eastwood Troopers tonight on offense, they will start with Hubert McGraw at the split end. Brian Watson will be the tight end. Mike Merritt along with Bobby Flores will be the tackles. George Figueroa and Robert Rivera will be the guards as we see a hold indicated against the troop. Frank Maldonado will be the center. The quarterback, Rocky Daly, has been the leader in his senior year for the Troopers. The flanker will be John McCartan. Tailback tonight, filling in for the injured Eric Jack, is Ish Martinez. And the fullback will be filled tonight by Matt Martinez, the 195-pound senior. So instead of starting at the Rocket 47, the troop backs up to their own 11-yard line, and this is Rocky Daly on the option to the near side. Daly on the keeper, cuts upfield. He has an alley into the secondary of the Rockets, and he might score across midfield, the 40-yard line. One man can get him. Shaw, and he is out of there. Rocky Daly will score on the opening play of the ball game. An 89-yard touchdown run by Rocky Daly.
I mean, to tell you that they just opened up the defense all of a sudden, it was like nobody for Irvin was at home, and Daly just took it on in for the 89-yard romp, and Daly's going, give me some wind. I got to have some wind. All right, here we go for the extra point. There you see the shift done by the troop for the extra point. That has to be a record. Here, the ball put down. It's up.
And it is no good. Willie Payan misses the point after touchdown, and that could be dangerous because last year, this game, the difference was in extra points. Irvin missing both of their extra point opportunities, and they ended up losing to the troop last year, 14-12. That run by Rocky Daly, by the way, Rob, is the 3rd longest in the city, the 3rd longest scoring run in the city this year.
Good block there. Here's Daly. Watch him just cut up. Now, here's a great block. He just outruns everybody. Now, coming up here at about the 25, here he makes a good cut, and Rocky says, okay, time to turn on the afterburners. Watch Martinez's block right here. Watch the block he put. Boom. I'll see you later. On Tony Shaw, on Tony Shaw's son, in for an 89-yard touchdown. And we've got a 6-0 ball game, 11 and a half minutes to play in the first quarter. And Eastwood starts off with a right out of the blocks. Let's see the reaction of the kick. Okay, the ball's put down. It's up. Watch the reaction of the kicker. Watch this. He knows it. He knows it too. Look at it. Oh, he's going. Oh man.
Willie Payan, the senior, has had to come on this year to replace Chris Chapato, the soccer kicker who was the kick and PAT man at the start of the year.
Good crowd on hand tonight at the Sun Bowl.
Payan has it teed up at the 40-yard line, and the Rockets will get a chance to show what they can do on offense.
be great, Paul, is if they return this kick back all the way. It'd be a heck of a football game.
Back deep is Larry Sims along with Marcus Wiggins.
Uh-oh.
And this one bounces off a man. And it is a loose ball, and the Troopers might have it.
I believe Eastwood's on top of that football.
No, the indication is the Rockets will have it.
No, it's out of bounds.
What a sigh of relief this is on the near sideline.
Shaw was the man who picked up the football. Watch, nice reaction. Here's the ball. It bounces off. Now watch number 15, the man who got kicked. Here, I thought for sure. Now there, the two Eastwood Troopers missed it. And Mr. Shaw, Coach Tony Shaw's son, jumps on the football for the Irvin Rockets. Greg Shaw, the 155-pound junior.
The Irvin Rockets start 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. They have the top rushing offense in the city. They come with 2 wide receivers to the near side on 1st down. Inside give goes to Victor Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is forward for a gain of about 7 yards.
The Irvin offense, they have Marco Woods and Brian Taggart as the ends. Jesus Marino and Robert Johnson are your tackles. Mike Mendoza and Walker Manuel are the guards, and center is Gilbert Salazar. Of course, Juan Duran is the quarterback. Victor Rodriguez and Larry Sims are your running backs. We'll set the Eastwood defense for you in just a minute.
A gain of 7, and it's 2nd down and 3. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line of the Rockets. 2 setbacks behind Duran. Option to the near side. Pitch back goes to Sims. Has an alley on the outside. He's across the 45. 1st down into Trooper territory down to the 43-yard line. A big run by Larry Sims on his first carry of the ball game.
Watch Sims take the, watch this. Here's Duran. He'll come to the outside. And Irvin has changed their offense just a little bit. Now there's the pitch off of Quincy Randolph. And here we go with Sims. And a very good choice. There you see the blocking that was not thrown, which is a very good thing because that would have been a clip. And he's thrown out of bounds at about the 46, yeah, that's where they marked it, the 46-yard line of the Eastwood Troopers. Well, let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Sims, a great outside runner. He burned the Troopers on the outside in the second half last year. 2 wide receivers come to the far side now on 1st and 10. Duran is back to pass. Fires it over the middle, and it is...
He caught that.
Going to be caught. Brian Taggart, the big tight end, makes the reception, and it's going to be very close to a 1st down. I think they might bring out the chains.
Here's Juan Duran as he goes back. Now here's the play fake to Sims, and everybody's thinking, okay, they're not going to throw this early. He steps up there and bingo, right in there. Makes a very nice catch. John McCartan, the defensive back for the Eastwood Troopers, on the coverage, but it's a first. Should be, what is it? 1st and 10.
It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Look for that short pass over the middle all night long. Juan Duran now calls timeout. 10 minutes and 9 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. 6-0 in favor of the Troopers, and we'll be back to the Sun Bowl in just a moment.
Paragon Cable presents High School Basketball 88. We've got every team in town covered, and we'll bring the action to you every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on Cable Channel 4. Brought to you by Safeway and the Book Cover Project. This season promises to be the most exciting races in both districts. Join Paragon Cable as we present the High School Basketball Game of the Week, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on Cable Channel 4.
Back to the Sun Bowl with Rob Camp on Paul Zimmerman, and the Irvin Rockets have a 2nd down and a yard to go at the Trooper 37-yard line.
Center going back, checking out with Juan Duran. Gilbert Salazar says, well, was it on one? And he's telling him right now, don't forget to
Marco
play.
Wood splits out to the near side. Billy Davis to the top. Rodriguez and Sims are the backs, and here comes Davis in motion. Option to the far side. Duran will keep, and he has the 1st down as he leans across the 35-yard line. Tackle made by the left defensive end, Gene Scott,
right.
for the Eastwood Troopers. Defense tonight for the Eastwood Troopers, George Figueroa and Gene Scott, who just made the tackle, are the ends. Eddie Gutierrez and Robert Rivera are the tackles. George McNichol is the nose guard, and a very aggressive one at that, recently named to the Herald Post All-City team. Matt Martinez and Quincy Randolph are the linebackers. Tyrone Davis and Tony Salas the corners. Hubert McGraw and John McCartan are the safeties. First and 10 for the Irvin Rockets. Juan Duran, option to the near side. Pitches back to Sims at the last minute. And it's a good thing he did because Sims gained a couple of extra yards on that as he got inside the 30.
Gutsy play by Juan Duran. I mean to tell you, for a junior, he shows a lot of gumption. Good block down by Greg Shaw as he took back the linebacker. Now watch Duran take this here. He paid the price on that. And then Irvin picks up another 4 or 5 yards before he's pushed out of bounds at the 27-yard line of the Eastwood Troopers. Irvin has the ball with just under 9.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
A gain of 7 yards on the play, 2nd down and 3, and 2 wide receivers come out to the far side. Inside give goes to Larry Sims, and Sims is going to be close to the first down, maybe a yard shy.
I'm looking here at looking at Juan Duran as he's reading the, there he just gets the play from the offensive coordinator, and it comes in with Billy Davis. A junior, and Greg Shaw are going to be shuffling plays in all day.
This offensive line for the Irvin Rockets, a very young unit. Only two seniors on this interior offensive line, and they have had to mature under fire this year. On 3rd down and short, the inside give goes to Sims, and Sims is into the Trooper secondary. Quincy Randolph and Hubert McGraw finally make the stop, but not before Sims is down to the 15.
Paul, you're just talking about the offensive line. Look at the hole here that these two big kids have just opened up for Larry Sims, and he picks up some very good yardage, running over Mike Mendoza, the senior, and Jesus Marino, the left tackle for the Irvin Rockets, and they are now on the 15-yard line and moving.
8 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. Eastwood leads 6-0. On 1st and 10, Duran pitches back to Sims. Sims cuts upfield, keeps his balance, and gets inside the 10-yard line before he's finally bumped out of bounds by George Figueroa, who was an all-city and all-district defensive end last year.
Good play call. Watch the pitch out here by Juan Duran. Here's the pitch out. Now everybody says, okay, how come there's not there? That is a legal block, I should say. And here you see that Sims is not going down. He says, this could be my last game. I want to make it a big one. They're inside the 10-yard line on the 8, and they are moving. 8 minutes, 33 seconds to play.
Talking about that young offensive line, Robert Johnson, who is the right offensive tackle, 276-pound junior. He started his first game this year.
Touchdown.
Larry Sims easily gets in for the score. It's an 8-yard touchdown run, and we are tied at 6.
Watch the big hold at Mendoza and Salazar now. Watch this. Just come in here instead of going through the three hole, they go through the 1 hole. I'll see you later. Sims has nothing but green in front of him, and he's in the end zone. And Irvin can take the lead if they make this extra point. Let's see how well they do here.
That is true. A matter of extra points could factor in this year. The Irvin Rockets would have won last year on penetration had Larry Sims made it into the end zone. The PAT kick is up and good by Mike Michlatis, who has kicked his 31st point after touchdown this year. 7-6 in favor of the Irvin Rockets. We have 8.5 minutes left to play here in the opening half.
Juan Duran does a very nice job of picking up the plays, and what's nice is that this young offensive line, what Coach Shaw call it at the very beginning, all we got is kids. We got young babies in diapers, and they are just blowing the.
He said at a preseason press conference that he was going to issue Pampers.
Pampers, there you go.
And standard equipment to his offensive line.
Sims already has 47 yards on 6 attempts, 1 touchdown. Already tonight with 8 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. You see the score there on your television screen.
Larry Sims is a serious weapon. The Herald Pulse named their all-city team just yesterday, and their player of the year was Larry Sims.
Very serious contender. He could be one of the better premier backs coming out of El Paso. Back deep for the Eastwood Troopers, John McCartan and Ish Martinez. The loser won't be going anywhere tomorrow. So you know what could happen here is that he might not want to kick this ball deep again because special teams have been very questionable for the Irvin Rockets all year long.
Ish Martinez is a dangerous man to be returning these things. Mike Michlatis kicks this one away, and it's going to go right in the direction of Martinez, who will take it at the goal line. Martinez in a dangerous position, and he barely gets out of the end zone to the 1-yard line, so the Troopers will start 1st and 10 at their own 1. Precarious field position on their second offensive series.
We got an injured player down on the field for the, here you see Martinez take the ball, and now he goes backwards, back into the end zone. If he's tackled back there, that's going to safety. He puts his knee down. That's going to be a safety. But he gets out, and I mean, he is hammered at about the 2-yard line. And the injured player for the Irvin Rockets is number 20 that was in on that play. And that has to be
Cleo Disman.
Disman, yes.
155-pound junior.
Cleo, I think, might have twisted his knee.
Good special teams player and backup defensive end.
You know, I was just talking about how the Irvin Rocket, their special teams has been very questionable. And look what happens here. They push Eastwood back down inside their 5-yard line. It looks like they have marked the ball. The referees are going to mark the ball at about the 1.5.
Last night, a very exciting bowl game played here at the Sun Bowl. The Andress Eagles beat the Hansonites 35-21, and they will be playing the winner of the Amarillo Tascosa, who was the 3-5A champions this year, and the Odessa Permian, who is the number 2 seed. They will be playing tomorrow night at 6:30, and Andress will play the winner of that game as they advance to the next round. 8:24 left to go, and the troop starts in a hole at their own 1-yard line. Martinez in motion, and we have a penalty marker down. And if it's against the troop, well, not too bad, I guess, because it's only half the distance, and maybe move it back about 4 inches from where the ball is right now.
Yeah, all I can do is pick it up and put it back down. I mean, you can't go back any farther. Here's the call. Illegal shift. I think that was on, well, this is not the pro, so we won't get into that. Really interesting, the Eastwood offense, they average 338 yards a game, Paul. And remember, on the first play, Rocky Daly, they started out on the 11-yard line. Rocky Daly took the first play and just ran it on a bootleg, ran it 89 yards for a touchdown.
And for Rocky Daly, that was his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. Martinez now goes in motion. Daly passes out of his end zone, completes it to Brian Watson across the 10, and Watson has a first down and breathing room for the troop.
That gives them a little bit more room, but watch the defensive back fall down here for the Irvin Rockets. Good rushing. Now you see the Rocket going right down on his flat on his back. That's he just didn't make the play right there, and he gets out about to the 11-yard line where they do where they have a little more breathing room.
Number 42, Tom Dominguez, put in the vertigo chamber that time. Jose Aranda was scrapping down on the ground, reaching for the feet of Daly, but just couldn't get there. 1st and 10 for the Troopers from their own 12-yard line now. Inside give goes to Ish Martinez, and he runs into a wall.
Irvin Rockets playing it very, very tight. What the Irvin Rocket defensive line has to do, the Steve Kasner and Ray Bowers, both ends for the Irvin Rockets, they're going to have to come in, and what the coaches will be telling them all day and what they've heard all week, box in, come in 3 yards and come on in, and make sure when your assignment's through that Daly cannot get to the outside.
Rockets have some big guys up there on the front line. 274 Alfredo Hernandez and 217 Jose Aranda anchor the middle. Daly, play action fake, guns it out just off the outstretched hands of number 86, Mike Shindo. Shindo was wide open coming from his tight end position.
Shindo was all by himself, Paul. There wasn't, I didn't mean to jump on you there, but there wasn't anybody. I was watching the cornerback. What Eastwood did there is they sent Martinez out in motion away from the press box area, and that took the safety, and that was one-on-one on the cornerback and the tight end, Mike Shindo. Shindo ran a post, and he was wide open, and Daly just didn't hit him.
3rd down and 9 for the Eastwood Troopers. Rocky Daly rolling out the pass, wings it out for Ish Martinez, who can't hang on. Had the ball right in his hands, but couldn't make the grab, and it brings up 4th down and punting time for the Troop.
I think Ish just starts running without the football. Here, Daly tucks it under. You see some pretty good pressure from, there we go. Yeah, he just put his hand, he brought his hands down. He started running without the football. That's just simple mistakes.
Was a definite passing situation, but you might look for the Troop to air it up a little bit more tonight. The Irvin Rockets' best cover man, Sylvester Gonzalez, suffered a hyperextended knee in last week's game against Andress, and he is out of action tonight. Bobby Flores stands at his own goal line. Gets away a pretty good kick, and Larry Sims comes up to make the fair catch at the 44-yard line, and the Irvin Rockets start with excellent field position.
That kick covered, that was a very good kick, Paul. That kick covered about 39 yards on the punt. And Irvin Rockets will have the ball 1st and 10 about their Eastwood's 43-yard line. And they were very convincingly went down the field on the opening drive of this game for the Irvin Rockets, and they went in for the score. Let's see how they do. See if they change anything else here on the second drive in Eastwood territory.
On the beer option attack, their quarterback Juan Duran is the nucleus, and he brings his troops out on 1st and 10. Duran airing it out for Marco Woods, and Woods can't quite get there. Coverage on the play by number 30 for the Eastwood Troopers, Matt Ball.
Marco Woods is wide open on the good play. As a matter of fact, I was looking. Marco's going down on the left side, and coming down on the right side, about 10 yards shorter from the right, is Brian Taggart. Both players are wide open, Paul, and Woods just didn't hang on to the football.
Most people think of Irvin as a predominantly rushing team, but Juan Duran, he is a capable passer, has passed for 730 yards coming into tonight's ball game. On 2nd down, the inside give, and no running room at all for the Irvin Rockets as that Trooper defensive line shuts the door on Victor Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, you talk about hitting a wall. Watch Rodriguez get pounded right here. There he stopped. Figueroa, if I'm not mistaken, or I should say Jorge McNichol is making the stop, and Eddie Gutierrez right there, and they're jumping all over him. They're trying to strip that football. They make for a turnover for the Irvin Rockets, and Eastwood trying to jump on it.
Very aggressive down 5 for the Eastwood Troopers. 3rd down and about 8 yards to go from the 42-yard line. Duran wings it out for Taggart. Taggart slides down but can't make the grab, and it's 4th down and punting time for Tony Shaw and his Rockets.
He did a nice hook slide to make the catch, and I thought for sure he was going to catch it, but the ball went right over him. Now here we go. Last week against the Andrus Eagles, Irvin kicker had a 5-yard punt, or I should say a minus 2-yard punt, shouldn't I, Paul? And this has been very questionable. What if they'll take the football because it'd be just as good? But no, they'll punt it.
Not the most consistent punter in the world, but Billy Davis, he can boot him pretty good. He gets away a nice one right here. This one will go into the end zone, and they will move it out to the 20-yard line. The troop will scrimmage 1st and 10. A 42-yard kick for Billy Davis.
Good punt. I mean, make a liar out of him. You go right ahead. That's the choice. I'm going to quit talking, saying things like that. My name is Rob, not Eric. All right, 6 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. We've got a great ball game for you from the Sun Bowl tonight. It's Irvin 7, Eastwood 6. And it's wide open, and the troops coming out 1st and 10 from the 20.
Rocky Daly, who scored on an 89-yard touchdown run the first time he touched the ball this evening, comes under center. Goes back, options to the near side, barely gets out of trouble in the backfield, and breaks upfield for maybe 5 yards as he gets up to the 25. Stop made on the play by Mario Paragon, the 150-pound junior cornerback.
Well, the Eastwood Troopers call this a wishbone, but actually it's a power eye where you have 3 backs, and here you see Daly just escaping the grasp of an Eastwood Trooper. Now he's going to get pounded here. There you see Shaw coming in with his shoulder to make sure he doesn't go any farther. Pick up a 5 on the play, and let's see what the troop does this time.
On 2nd down and 5, Daly hands off for Martinez, cutting to the outside, slithers upfield across the 30-yard line. He has a 1st down. Stop made on the play by Curtis Maines, the senior inside linebacker.
You call him a slithering runner, and he really is. Look at this. Martinez just takes the ball, and then he shows some burst of speed right here. Picks up 5 yards, and bingo. Let me just drag. It shows you some power there, too. Picks up 7 more yards for the troop, and it's 1st, I should say,
From the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Eastwood Troopers. 5:28 left to play in the opening quarter. 7-6, the Irvin Rockets on top. McCartan's in motion. The handoff goes to Martinez, and he's going to lose a yard. Great penetration by the inner defensive line. Number 73, Juan Cuevas, a sophomore linebacker, came up to make the hit. And Cuevas, he really came on. He's inexperienced, has a lot of athletic ability. But the big story here is he had to come on and replace the man who was the best linebacker for the Rockets, Ralph Espinosa, who went down with an injury against Amarillo Paladuro earlier this season. After a loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. The troop scrimmages from their own 31-yard line. Matt Martinez, the big fullback, working to the outside. Billy Davis comes up and makes a great tackle, combining on the hit along with Greg Shaw, the coach's son.
Smart football, just good, solid good, solid defense when your cornerback...
Up to 75% every day of the week on the latest styles for men, women, and children. Choose from the largest selection of nationally advertised designer ready-to-wear fashions. A complete selection of quality leather goods, shoes, cosmetics, and more. More choices, more savings at the Cooper Building, the heart of the Garment District, and in Santa Ana at 1928 South Grand.
Over the years, I've gotten some wonderful presents.
Bobby Flores with a thunderfoot.
Oh, my.
Kicks this one high and long. It's going to be taken by Larry Sims. Check that. Not Larry Sims. In fact, it's Marco Woods. And Woods gets it out to the 40-yard line. And that's where the Irvin Rockets set up shop. 1st and 10 with 4:28 left to go here in the first quarter.
Bobby Flores had a 35-yard punt, and Marco Woods returned the ball about 10 yards on the play. So a net punt of 25 yards. That's how they figured that out. For the Irvin Rockets, they start out 1st and 10 from the 40 with about 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's 7-6, the Irvin Rockets.
Marco Woods and Greg Shaw split to the far side. It's Sims and Rodriguez in the backfield. Rodriguez takes the inside give, works up for a couple of yards. Stop made by Matt Martinez for the Troops.
I don't know, you're going to have a real hard time running against this Eastwood defense. I mean, they've got kids, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors in the front 8 of the defense for the Eastwood Troopers, and he gained a couple of yards, but that's about it.
This is a game of redemption for the Irvin Rockets. Coach Tony Shaw said he needs his team to redeem their loss last week and their loss a year ago here to the Eastwood Troopers. Duran on the rollout on 2nd down, in and out of the hands of Larry Sims, who is running on the far side with Quincy Randolph, the outside linebacker. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is what Tony Shaw wanted. Sims on a linebacker. Quincy Randolph, he's quick, but he's not that quick. I think Sims just took off without the football. Yeah, it wasn't underthrown. That was down in his knee. Just a little bit too short. Juan Donan did not have enough time to set up and throw the football. Billy Davis comes in with the play from the sidelines. Irvin looks like they've changed their offense up a little bit. And it looks like the defense for the Eastwood Troopers might be a little bit confused.
3rd down and 8 for the Irvin Rockets, scrimmaging at their own 42-yard line, out of the I backfield. Play action fake. Duran lets it fly. Incomplete, threw it just behind his man, Billy Davis. Davis wanted the flag as Matt Fox was right there in coverage with him, but that ball was thrown just behind his man.
You know, I think Matt Fox almost made this interception. I mean to tell you, the ball hits him right in the shoulder pad. Let's watch this. Here we go. Here's the ball. Look.
Threw it just behind his man.
Almost intercepted. Makes it 4th down, and let's see how well they do on the punt.
And Davis, who missed the catch right there, is back to punt. He takes the low snap and boots this one away. Good kick. Loose ball on the field, scooped up by Hubert McGraw. McGraw cuts up across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. The knockdown made by number 65 for the Irvin Rockets, Mike Mendoza.
Watch the ball bounce off right there. Now watch Hubert McGraw just come up just like this is planned, like out of the playbook. Picks it up at the 22. McGraw will cut back upfield, and he picks up 12 yards on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eastwood Troopers with 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Both teams scored on their opening offensive possessions, but since then it's been the defenses who have taken control. And Jose Aranda looks like he might have taken control just a bit too soon that time. As he jumps across the ball, it should be encroachment against the defense.
Now move that over. Watch the 217-pound senior, number 72, Jose Aranda, just come across. Here, let me give you a headache. Boom! Approachment 5 yards on the Irvin Rockets. Mark that off, and the ball will be on the 39-yard line.
First down and 5 from the 39. Coming out to the near side, Brian Watson and also John McCartan. Give goes back the other way. Ish Martinez slicing through. He has a seam across the 40, inside the 30, Ish Martinez inside the 10, touchdown. Ish Martinez busting loose for a 61-yard touchdown run. And for Ish Martinez, that is his 5th touchdown of the season.
Ish Martinez had 155 yards and 1 touchdown last week. And this week he comes back and he answers again with another touchdown, 61 yards.
Check that. That is Ish Martinez's 6th touchdown of the season. He also returned the kickoff. That is his 5th running touchdown of the year.
Now Eastwood's going to call a timeout with 3 minutes and 22 seconds. I think Todd Ware will want to go for 2 points. And you'll see that they'll bring over the defense of the Irvin Rockets. Bring
Another
over their skill players.
Big play for the Eastwood Troopers, and they jump out on top 12-7. 3:22 left to play here in the opening quarter. And we'll be back to the Sun Bowl in just a moment.
Kids, after centuries of being told what to do, what to think, how to behave, now your time is coming, because Nickelodeon's got a new kind of show. A new show that lets kids do what they want, say what they think, and hang out with the stars. At long last, your time is here. 6:30, 5:30 Central, every weekday right after Finders Keepers. Don't just sit there on Nickelodeon, the only network for you.
Back at the Sun Bowl with Rob Kemp. I'm Paul Zimmerman, welcoming you back. And Ish Martinez, a 69-yard touchdown run, a one-play, 69-yard drive.
Great run, 61 yards. And now they're going to go for 2 points in the Power I offense. Now they switch. Here we go.
Splitting it out. And Ish Martinez goes in motion. Daly is back to throw, airs it for the end zone, broken up flag by Marco Woods, but they are going to flag him for the penalty, and they will do this again.
Yeah, Marco went right straight through the receiver, and watch Marco come through here. There you see your Daly going out, and here's your receiver going to be in the flat. Marco Woods coming straight through him.
Looking for Matt Martinez.
Yep.
Coming out of the backfield right there.
So they'll put the ball half the distance to the goal line. The ball should be about on the 1.5-yard line, and it is. And they'll start it all over again. Let's see if they open that up.
Think they might go to the run this time,
Rob? I think so, because all you have to do is do a trap block. Now they are in the wishbone.
Mike Shindo splits way out to the far side, takes 2 defenders with him. Daly rolls out that way. He's looking for the end zone. He got there. No, he didn't make it in.
It
looked like he got there. I guess they say his knee dragged
his knee hit, yes. His knee did touch the ground before he got the ball in there.
For all the world, it looked like he had the stretch to pull it across.
Here's the replay. Watch Rocky Daly just come across there. There you see, this is just like here. Let's take a survey. Take all 3 blockers. Watch his knee hit the ground about the 1-foot-yard line. Yes, the ball's over, but here's his knee. He's touching the ground. Right there. He's already down. The ball's already in, but his knee's already down.
Tripping over the back of his man, number 40, Jorge McNichol. And so the Troopers fail to convert 2-point-after touchdowns.
Let's take a look at the touchdown play here. There you see Martinez just coming straight through, makes a spin. There's nobody out here. Now all Ish Martinez has to do now is, I'll see you. Here's the afterburners. Take on, there's a nice try. Very nice try by, and there's the touchdown right there. I'm looking at the Eastwood team rushing 163 yards, 7 attempts. They're averaging 23 yards per carry.
But 89 of that was a Daly touchdown run, and 69 of that was an Ish Martinez touchdown run. Here's the kickoff from Willie Payan. It's going to be taken by Larry Sims, and Sims one-handed to keep his balance and gets across the 30-yard line up to about the 31.
Last night we were over at Irvin High School. Well, we went to both schools, really, Paul. And we talked to all the coaches. And Coach Tony Shaw was telling his players as he gathered them around, he said, fellas, it's going to be a game. Whoever makes the most mistakes, or I should say the less mistakes, will win the football game.
He also said it's going to be the type of game which requires 48 minutes of intensity. We have 3:19 left to play in the opening quarter, 12-7 in favor of the Troop. Pitch back goes to Sims, working to the outside. He's across the 35 and rolls out of bounds up at about the 37-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards for Larry.
Sims shows some real good speed. Here we go. Denon taking the ball. There he gets plastered. I mean, he is hit hard by Tyrone Davis. And here we go with Sims coming across. And Martinez just has to push him out of bounds if he let him get to the outside. You don't want to do that too often. I'm sure that Coach Todd Ware of the Eastwood Troopers got a few more gray hairs as he got to the outside.
2nd down and 4 for the Irvin Rockets at their own 37-yard line. Rodriguez and Sims in the backfield. Loose ball on the field. And the Eastwood Troopers signal they have got it. And yes, sir, the Eastwood Troopers have recovered the fumble. It looked like Duran might have never gotten the snap.
I think Duran's hurt. I think he might have been, he might have hyperextended his back. There's the ball. Duran just never got the football. Watch number 56. He'll come up with the football for the Eastwood Troopers. And that's a big
Bobby
play.
Flores.
Bobby Flores with the recovery. And Duran looks to be all right. I'm sure he's just angry at himself. Big play.
Eastwood Troopers get a huge break. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter, and they come out to scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 37 of the Irvin Rockets. Here's Martinez working to the outside. His last carry was for a touchdown, and he's down to the 21-yard line. 1st down yardage and more as he gets upfield for a gain of close to 18 yards.
Tony Shaw said there wasn't much difference between Ish Martinez and Eric Jack. You know what I'm starting? And I said, nah, it can't be. But here's Martinez. Look at Ish just move. He's got some moves, slithering, and look at the balance he has. And then he shows that he has some power, too. He's not afraid to put those shoulder pads down and put that helmet right into your head.
Troopers now have the Irvin defense back to the wall once again from the 20-yard line. Daly options to the near side, keeps it, breaks the tackle inside the 15, breaking more tackles. Daly, touchdown! Rocky Daly, a 21-yard touchdown run. And if that's not individual effort, I don't know what is, Rob.
Watch Rocky Daly just take the ball. This is a design play. Here, he'll come over here. You see the great block. There's 2 good blocks right there. Daly says, nope, I'm not going down. There's the goal line. There you see Smith trying to bring him down. And then all he has to do is get to the outside. He's got 6 points. I mean, everybody, it's gone.
Missed tackles that time. Those are mistakes that Coach Tony Shaw would like to have back. Here out of the power I.
Throwing.
Rocky Daly rolling out. Lets it fly. Tip ball and incomplete. And so the Troopers have scored 3 touchdowns, but no point after touchdowns.
Watch the ball get tipped. Daly sits under here, and this is a design play. There you see Matt Martinez going over the middle. I really believe this ball was for Matt Martinez. Good pressure. Now watch the ball tipped here. There. Right there.
52, Curtis Main tipping it away. 18-7 now in favor of the Eastwood Troopers, and we have 2.5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter.
Rocky
Troopers
Daly
have done it with the big plays, Rob.
I'll say, and it's been all Rocky Daly and Ish Martinez. Daly has 2 touchdowns already. We're not into the second quarter yet. 3 attempts, 115 yards. Of course, that big one, on the first play of the game where he was scampered 89 yards for a touch.
That drive, 2 plays, 63 yards. 18-7 after Daly takes it in from 21 yards away. Now the Rockets need to generate some offense. A costly turnover that set up this score. Here comes Willie Payan to boot it away. And this is Sims in zone 23. Takes it on the run, hurdles the tackler, and he's up to the 35-yard line.
Paul, if Sims could have, he was real close to breaking that. Look, watch how close. Watch Sims take this on the run. Picks up there at the 23. Now watch him jump over the Eastwood Troopers. There, see, let me jump over this guy. If he'd have broken that, he could have gotten to the outside. But they had him pretty good. And pulled him down at the 35-yard line. 75 yards away. If you're just joining us, 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's Eastwood 18, Irvin 7.
Irvin Rockets drove the long field 68 yards to score their first touchdown. But since that time, it's been 4 downs and punt. They go to the run on first down, and breaking upfield for a gain of 6 yards is Victor Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is the type of guy, like we opened up in the show. What was he ranked? 8th in the city, Paul? or 13th in the city. I beg your pardon.
He was ranked 8th in the city, 127 carries for 896 yards coming into this ball game.
For a fullback, that's pretty good when you got the second leading rusher, and then you got Wandin on. That's very, very good for an offense like the Bear that the Irvin Rockets do run.
2nd down and 4 for the Irvin Rockets at their own 41-yard line. Duran, option to the near side, cut down in the backfield. 52, George Figueroa coming up to make the stop for no gain.
George Figueroa plays it perfectly. He shows you why he made the newspaper's all-city team. Watch him hang on here like this. You're not going anywhere, Gadanya. I'm just going to pull you down so you can't even pitch that football away. See, no gain.
George Figueroa's favorite football player is Brian Bosworth.
You think he has a haircut like him, and he probably colored it like gold and blue like Eastwood?
I don't know. He does not have the Brian Bosworth haircut. A minute 20 left to play in the opening quarter. 3rd down and short for the Irvin Rockets. And Larry Sims breaks the tackle. He has the first down, and he is not down on the ground yet, and penalty markers fly as the Trooper defense keeps closing in on Sims after the whistle.
They were grabbing the face mask of Sims. Really, when you've got a running back like Larry Sims, you just grab. You're just going to try and grab on for your dear life. Here's the face mask right here. Watch him grab it right there. Bingo. And then he pulls off of him like that. But, Jorge McNichol coming over the top of his helmet to grab that face mask. And they'll mark that off. And down to the 47-yard line. There you see it. 1st and 10. And we're just under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Big ball game, 18-7 from the Sun Bowl, this sports exclusive. Paragon Cable, brought to you by your local neighborhood Safeway store and El Paso Federal Teachers Credit Union.
2 wide receivers to the far side on 1st and 10. Duran hands off inside Rodriguez, and Rodriguez carries tacklers down to the 42-yard line.
Paul Rodriguez is the kind of player, I've been talking about this kid. He does it without a lot of headlines, like, hey, look at me, I got the football. He let Sims and Duran grab the headlines, and he quietly gains 800 yards, over 800 yards in the season on 2nd and 3rd efforts.
Got 5 yards on that carry. Wide receivers come out to either side. Greg Shaw goes in motion. Here comes Sims working to the outside, cuts back to the inside, does a somersault down to the 38-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first.
Gets away the tackle. Matt Martinez just hit him right at the ankles, and he does a good tackle. This is the way that you're going to have to bring this young man down. He's strong, he's big. You can't arm tackle like that, so Martinez says, all right, I got to make a stop here like this. Let me grab a hold of one of those locomotion, one of those wheels.
Time has expired here in the first quarter, 18-7 in favor of the Eastwood Troopers. And we will be back to the Sun Bowl in just a moment.
Holiday savings start at Safeway with your favorite holiday foods in every department.
This week, pick up extra large, extra fancy Red Delicious Washington apples. 2 pounds are only 99 cents. And save on Safeway regular ground beef. Just 98 cents a pound in packages of 10 pounds or more. Hurry! These prices are good through November 15th.
Find values like these at your neighborhood Safeway store. Happy holidays.
Are you vexed by VCRs? Confused by camcorders? Well, the Cable Guide can help. This month in a special feature, we answer readers' most frequently asked questions about the new technology. Then Sam Donaldson is our guest star. The veteran White House watcher speaks out on the profound effects of TV on elections. And we ask 50 celebrities what they'd do if they were president. Some of the answers may surprise you. For interviews, features, what's on and when it's on, turn to The Cable Guide, America's Choice magazine.
Radio performances from the Columbia Records album Stardust. Willie?
Down at the Trooper 35. Thus far in the ball game, Larry Sims, 10 carries, 66 yards. Last week against Irvin, 13 carries for 54 yards, and that basically shut down the Irvin offense. 1st and 10. Inside give, Rodriguez. And the Troopers have recovered.
Stripping the football, Paul. It's as easy as that. If you can't hang on to the football, you will lose it. And I mean to tell you, that was a great defensive play by Jorge McNichol. He comes in there, and the fullback Victor Rodriguez does not have the football, and he's grabbing for it, and it's not a good clean handoff. 1st and 10 for the Troop at the 35.
Jorge McNichol named to the Herald Post All-City team. Very aggressive defensive lineman. Here's Matt Martinez on first down, diving forward across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on first down. That's the second fumble in the ball game for the Irvin Rockets.
Oh, what's going on is that if you'll watch the offensive line, I'm going to keep my eye on it, but it just looks like right now that the Eastwood Troopers, who are a little bit smaller than the Irvin defensive line, they are just out-finessing and blowing them right off the line. Watch the surge of the offensive line of the Eastwood Troopers.
Second down and about 3.5 yards to go. Blind give goes to Matt Martinez. But the Irvin Rockets had their eyes wide open on that one. Stopping Martinez after a gain of a couple.
Also, this might sound contradictory, but Irvin Rockets are really taking themselves out of the play also because their adrenaline is so pumped up is that they keep on overrunning the play. Does that make sense to you, Paul? And that's what it looks like to me, and that's why Martinez and Daly are running so well.
Rockets are going to need to come up with a big defensive play right here against Coronado. This defensive team overcame 5 turnovers to escape with a 19-17 win over the Thunderbirds earlier this year. The give goes to Martinez, and he is stuffed. He will not have the first down. The Irvin Rockets, big number 72, Jose Aranda making the knockdown.
Jose Aranda does make this big play. Watch him come in here in submarine. Look at this. See ya. Right there. Makes the stop on the play. Actually,
4th down and inches, and interesting to see if Coach Todd Ware chooses to gamble.
Sure, they're going to call a timeout. They want to talk about this. Paul, I got to tell you right now, the man who really made that play was Ray Bowers. It looked like Jose Aranda and Ray Bowers did a little stunt. Bowers from his left defensive end position, he came around Alfredo Hernandez, the left tackle, and went over to Jose Aranda, and Aranda circled around Alfredo Hernandez and went to the left end position from his right tackle position and just screwed everything up. And Bowers was on the ground right in the middle, and all the Eastwood Troopers were going, what in the hell's going on here?
Gains indicate it is nearly a yard short, and it's going to be 4th down and a half a yard, and it looks like the Troop is going to be going for it right here.
Watch Daly.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, sneak it right across, right over the middle. All he has to do is lean forward.
Big 4th down play for the Irvin Rocket defense. Daly hands off on the fake bootleg, and Matt Martinez has the first down easily. Looked like he was pulling that fake bootleg.
Sure did, Paul, and just here we go. Daly gets the ball, hands it off here to Matt Martinez. Martinez goes, all right, here we go. They had a pull. Robert Rivera, the 230-pound senior guard, just didn't get out there fast enough, and Martinez outran him.
Robert Rivera, another one of those Herald Post All-City performers. 2 wide receivers come to the near side on 1st and 10. Daly guns it over the middle, complete to Brian Watson. And Watson has a first down, a pickup of 15 yards on the play.
Marco Woods, 160-pound junior. Just, you can't go one-on-one with this kind of an offense. Look, he just throws it over the middle. Look how much open. This is how open he is. Marco's on him. You can't get any better than this, but I hate to tell you this, but that is a touchdown-saving tackle. Big yardage on that play.
9 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in the opening half. 2 wide receivers out to the far side now. It's Watson and McGraw. The handoff goes to Martinez, and he is knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Curtis Maines coming up with a big defensive play.
Watch Maines come up from the bottom of your screen. He just submarines everybody, and there's Martinez. Bam! He goes down.
It's going to be a loss of a yard on that play. They spot the ball back at the 38-yard line. Eastwood Troopers got a good drive going, though. They lead it 18-7.
Oh, he's going to
play action fake, and Daly on the roll, looking to throw. Now he's going to keep it. Turns on the burners, cuts upfield, and look out.
Oh,
Daly is inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line. Daly scores! Oh. Rocky Daly, an amazing touchdown run of 38 yards, his 3rd of the ball game.
This is going to be the Rocky Daly show. Paul, it looks like, holy potatoes, it's like the Johnny Carson monologue. I mean, it's Rocky Daly running up and down the field, his 3rd touchdown of the night. 31 yards, and I mean, what an effort from Rocky Daly. And it's 24-7. They're going to go for 1 point to try to make it 25.
This is Willie Payan. The ball is down. The kick is up and no good once again. Stymied on the point after touchdowns tonight.
Oh, what the hell? You can go for 6, but we can't get the 1. I mean,
24-7. 8 minutes and 22 seconds left to play here in the opening half.
Four rushing attempts, 153 yards. Look at Daly. Look at this. This is athletic ability. Watch the cut here and just cut back. Think, wait a minute. I want this on my highlights. I want this to go. Look at that block right there. Perfect block to open him up. Now look at this. Power, good block. Here, all I got to do is reach across. Bingo.
Nice stretch by Daly right there to
great stretch.
Culminate that beautiful 38-yard touchdown run.
Here's the mix, and he's 0 for 4 tonight here. The Eastwood Troopers are. Here's the try for the extra point. It's up. He's going, please, baby, stay in there, stay in there. No! Oh, my goodness.
Can't buy one.
My girlfriend, what am I doing? My girlfriend's not going to kiss me tonight if I can't put the ball in between the uprights.
Rocky Daly in the ball game so far, 4 attempts, 153 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
He doesn't need
what a game for Daly.
He doesn't need a straight man tonight. He's hot. It's like the Jay Leno for Johnny Carson show. He doesn't need Ed McMahon to take off too.
And the Irvin Rockets, Rob, killing themselves. 2 fumbles, and the result, 2 Rocky Daly touchdown runs. Payan with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, boots this one away. And this is going to be Sims at the 5. Sims cutting straight up the middle, leaping through across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. That's where the Irvin Rockets will start 1st and 10. Trailing now by 17 points with 8:17 left to play in the half.
Irvin Rockets do have an offense that they can come back on, though. And you can see that Juan Denon has about 2 or 3 plays. I'm looking through the field glasses. He has some plays that are taped somewhere. There we go. We'll see what kind of plays he's going to call from the 27.
Rockets need to score right now and stop this Trooper momentum. Here's Duran. Pitch back goes to Sims, and Sims cuts upfield. Maybe a gain of a couple on that play. Good defense by the Troop.
You got to throw your block. You have to continue all the way through, and basically that's what's going on. Watch. There's no blocking up here at the top. The tight end does not block. There's the pitch for Sims. Now you got to block, but there you see 2 offensive players for the Irvin Rockets standing up.
Eddie Gutierrez making the stop on that play for the Troop. Gain of 2 for Larry Sims.
You got to do more than that if you're going to run this option there.
Wide receivers to either side. Rodriguez and Sims in the backfield, and here comes Rodriguez working across the middle up to the 32-yard line. Gain of 3 yards on the play. The stop made by number 41, Ramon Arcenega, the reserve right defensive tackle.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to say this, okay? Irvin came out not conservative. They started off on the first drive. I mean, they were wide open. Now you're down by 3 touchdowns. It's 24-7, and they've become very conservative. I don't know. I don't agree with that at all.
Marco Wood splits out to the near side. Larry Sims is in the slot. Quick pass to the outside is tipped, and one-hand grab attempt by Larry Sims cannot be made. I believe it was George Figueroa who got the knock.
Let's see if Figueroa just comes up there. Hands are up in the air. Here he comes. Let me do it. There it was.
That is Figueroa, an aggressive player. Says his greatest sports memory was stopping Larry Sims last year right here in the Sun Bowl on that critical 2-point conversion.
He just stopped Sims from making the catch there.
4th down and punting time. Billy Davis standing back at his own 20-yard line. This one is a very high boot and not very long at all. There's the inconsistency in the backwards roll.
Fumble.
Trooper trying to get a hand on it. That could have been very dangerous.
Yeah, because did you see that Trooper?
That would have been a fumble.
Yeah.
Ramon Arcenega having all kinds of problems, but manages to get it back and has his Troopers in good field position, although it did not look pretty. Troop scrimmage is 1st and 10 at the 29 of the Rockets.
Tyrone Davis, I thought for sure all he was thinking was, I'm going to get a punt return on this one, and I'm going to get a touchdown. That's what I thought for sure.
I believe that punt was for negative yardage right there, Rob.
Ooh.
The net gain on that. Here comes Martinez through the middle. Touchdown.
Yesterday at practice, Coach Tony Shaw said that Todd Ware and his coaching staff would be crazy if they didn't attack the middle of the Irvin Rocket defense. And here we go right up the middle. Ish Martinez going right up here. Shifts into fourth. Right down Dyer. Touchdown.
One play and 30 yards to the drive. And the Irvin Rocket miscues haunting them badly here in the second quarter.
Let's see if he makes this one.
Lloyd Payan
Yeah.
finally gets it.
His girlfriend will kiss him after tonight's ball game.
31-7 in favor of the Eastwood Troopers. 6 minutes, 37 seconds left to play here in the opening half.
You thought I was kidding. He told me before the game, watch how happy this kid is after he makes the extra point. He told me if he didn't make an extra point, look at this. I told you. What's your face look? All right, yeah. McCart's going, you lucky dog. You should say you lucky troop. They're the Eastwood Troopers cheerleaders on the other side, on the far side of the field, cheering on their troopers as they have a 31-7 lead with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Ish Martinez now 114 yards on 8 attempts and 2 touchdowns for the night.
7 touchdowns on the season for Ish Martinez now. She's doing a whale of a job. Coach Todd Ware said that Ish Martinez and Rocky Daly would need to have big games tonight to offset the loss of Eric Jack. And so far, they have done it in spectacular fashion.
Ish Martinez is averaging 14 yards a carry.
31-7, and the Rockets in a cavernous hole right now. They need to score, and in a hurry. Sims from his own 10-yard line. Sims is across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. Rockets have the long field to drive.
68 yards away. Here we see Sims grab the football and we'll go right up the middle. I'm really surprised he's not going to the outside because there's the alley and that's where it should be in the tunnel right there. But he's tripped up, and they'll start on the 32. I really believe that the Irvin Rockets are going to have to start throwing the football.
Every touchdown drive for the Eastwood Troopers has been no longer than 2 plays, Rob.
Holy potatoes. Golly sakes.
From the 32-yard line, here come the Irvin Rockets. Split back for Duran, and he's looking to pass. Guns it out for Larry Sims out on the far side. Incomplete.
You got to get
covered on the play by Matt Martinez.
Danon doesn't have, he can't get set to get the football there. And a lot of people think, well, you know, why do your feet have to be set? When you're not set and you're running, you don't get any weight and you don't get a real good base to throw because you have to throw the football on the run. And if you can't throw that well, and Danon is a pretty good passer, but what I'm saying is that he's going to have to get a base to throw the football to put some behind there, or we're going to see some interceptions.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Inside give, Larry Sims, and Sims works across the 35 up to the 36.
Paul, I'm sure that these watch this up the middle play up here. There we see Danon right off tackle, and there we see Sims. He picks up a few yards after he spins off the tackle. 4-yard gain on the play. I'm sure these guys that are playing on the Eastwood defense, when the guys on the offense come back in, they're going, hey guys, keep the ball for longer than a couple plays. I need a blow here. I'm really huffing and puffing on the sideline.
3rd down and long, and it's Marco Woods and Billy Davis split to the far side. Duran on the option, keeps it. Plenty of running room on the outside. He's across the 45 and up to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Irvin Rockets.
Good athletic ability from Juan Duran. Here he keeps the ball. Everybody's looking for Rodriguez to go up the middle. And Danon says, okay, there we got the linebacker, Matt Martinez, down, and all we can do is hope and pray that he can get to the outside. That's what they're basically saying.
Good play calling and a good run by the junior quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's see if they run toward us this time, Paul, because there we see
Marco Woods and Greg Shaw split to the near side. They go to the run inside. Sims cuts up into Trooper territory, down to the Trooper 45-yard line. A gain of 7.
Good blocking again from Gilbert Salazar, Mike Mendoza, and Jesus Marino. Look at this. Look at this hole. I mean to tell you.
Sims is one good-looking running back.
Yes, he is. That's what his girlfriend said last night, too. And I mean to tell you, that kid really does a nice job as he goes up the middle.
31-7 in favor of Eastwood. 5:16 left to play here in the opening half. Victor Rodriguez is the lone setback as Larry Sims moves out into the slot. Rodriguez gets the call and works ahead for close to a gain of 3 yards. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down.
Eddie Gutierrez, who made the initial hit for the Troopers.
Gutierrez really does a nice job. Oh, he puts that helmet right in there. They're going to have to start throwing. I really believe that Eastwood's going to have to start throwing the ball. Marco Woods, he's coming back onto the field right now with the play to Juan Don and the rest of the offensive troop. He's going to have to get open tonight. And that play over the middle, Paul, that they like to throw to Brian Taggart, they're going to have to get Taggart open. It's going to be a long night for the Irvin Rockets.
Big third down and a yard to go from the 43-yard line of Eastwood. Duran hands off for Sims, and Sims works his way up, pulling tacklers over for first down yardage.
This is not the Coliseum.
Gets inside the 40-yard line.
I mean, I thought this. Watch how many guys he drags. This reminds me of steel wrestling. Here at the Coors World Finals Rodeo at the Sun Bowl. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would probably pull him down.
Victor Rodriguez with a nice lead block there as well. 1st and 10 for the Irvin Rockets from the 39 of Eastwood. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Duran guns it out for Taggart. Check that. Davis, and he makes the catch. First down and more. A gain of 12 yards as he's down to the Trooper 28-yard line. The knockdown made by Hubert McGraw for Eastwood.
Was this ball tipped? I don't think this ball got there cleanly. I think this was tipped. Look how, yeah, it was. He got high into the air to tip that football, and that's what really made the play, because Eastwood was there all over it if that ball hadn't been tipped. I think that would have been picked off or been thrown out of bounds.
Nice grab by Davis, though.
Yeah, very good athletic ability from Davis as he makes the catch.
Improvising a little bit. The junior wide receiver.
Well, he's coming back next year.
31-7 in favor of Eastwood. Irvin Rockets challenging for a score as they're inside the Eastwood 30. Rodriguez goes in motion. Duran under pressure. Lets it fly. Complete to Taggart over the middle. And there it is. And he is stuck.
John McCartney. Who else? But Taggart gets back up. Watch this. This is headache number 7. Here comes the helmet in the old kidneys. You ever have bruised kidneys? You feel like you have to go to the bathroom all the time.
Gene Scott right in the face of Duran.
I mean, this is one hellacious hit. Watch it.
Oh,
whiplash. I mean,
John McCartan, only 160 pounds, but he laid the hit on Brian Taggart. And John McCartan, Rob, he was the leader in the state of Texas as far as returning players this year in interceptions. He made 9 of them last year. Hasn't quite had those incredible numbers this year, but he has been a force in that Trooper defensive secondary.
He made his presence felt just now.
1st and 10 as they give Taggart yardage for the first down. Sims takes it, gets inside the 15-yard line.
I think Coach Tony Shaw, they're going to let Sims get his 100 yards for the night. But still, very good holes up the middle from Mendoza and Moreno. Here we see Sims cutting back up off the number 1 hole, which is Mendoza and Salazar. They go right off the left side, or the left cheek of the center, Salazar and Mendoza.
Tyrone Davis made the tackle for Eastwood. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the half. 2nd down for Juan Duran, who options to the near side, keeps the ball and does not get very far.
Good thing he didn't pitch that ball.
Big George Figueroa.
Figueroa really had him, but like the guy on ESPN, this would have been a fumble if it had done it. I mean, it's a good thing he just hung on to that. He really thought he was going to do it, but that was
great open field tackle by Figueroa.